don't remember asking you a goddamn thing.
So you know somebody doesn't respect you. They listen to reply, not to be understood. They cut you off. They minimize what actually matters to you. They laugh at your boundaries, and then they call you sensitive when you try to hold the line. They show up late, they cancel last minute, forget the things you've told them, because in their world, your time, your energy, even your voice aren't a priority. They're just an option. You see, there are two kinds of people. Those who adjust when they realize they've actually hurt you, and those who expect you to adjust so they don't have to change. You don't need to be disrespected loudly to be disrespected deeply. Sometimes you'll see it. It's just in their tone, in their patterns, in the silence after you're known. Respect isn't what they say when they're watching. It's how they act when they think you'll tolerate it.
Mantra, slave song, slave ship, rip skin, maybe rip bones. But no matter how close I am, my ancestors speak. They tell me they're tired as a friend on us like real weak. I haven't been getting sleep. Longing to sing until I surpass peak. Until they think we are equal, please. All I want is peace. My ancestors beat drums until their bones would bleed. Begging the generations remember our story.
Good afternoon. Peace and blessings. Glory, praise, and honor to the Most High. Happy Tuesday, good people. I hope all is well. Shout out to my poets, writers, content creators. Shout out to the people in general. Thank you for being here. You see the title. I thought this was an interesting one to go over. Oh man, like when I seen this video, I stopped, paused, rewind, and had to listen again because I went into a time machine and it made me recall a number of interactions that I may or may not have had with people. They ended up eventually revealing who they were, who I was or wasn't, grounded me, made me rethink the way that I was going about certain things. And I got to give a shout out to BUSTUH on TikTok. Don't want to mispronounce the name. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to bring this up on the big screen. I'm going to let them cook. And we're going to talk. And it's only going to be for a select few with the eye and the ear for it. Nobody else is going to be able to relate to it if you're not in that space. Anyway, I'm going to shut up. I'm going to let bro do his thing. And yeah, let's get it.
If I'm initiating the difficult conversations or I'm willing to have a tough conversation with you, it's because I want you here. It's not because I need you. It's not because I'm desperate. It's not because I want to take all the blame or put it all on you. It's because I want to resolve. I want to be connected to you. It's a decision. It's truthfully a choice. Of course, in a perfect world, I wish all of our deep conversations only had to do with what we're wearing at the wedding, what playlist we're going to have, where's the reception, what's the location, what's our anniversary destination, our honeymoon. But this ain't a perfect world. This is reality, but not just any reality. It's our reality to create together. So the tough conversations and the hard talks are extremely necessary once I've experienced or observed something going on that doesn't align with you being in my future. It doesn't align with me feeling that I'm being respected or feeling that I'm being considered. So those conversations are the glue. It is the only thing keeping us connected. Being willing to sit in the discomfort, reflect, hold each other accountable, they're non-negotiable, because I need to know, how are you experiencing me? And I expect for you to care about the same. How am I experiencing you? Because that's more important than what we think or believe of each other. And it does not matter how many times we have to have these deep conversations, because that's me choosing you again and again and again. It's not until I have nothing at all to say that you should actually be worried. If I am to realize that my emotions are being dismissed, my words aren't being respected, I'm being interpreted instead of understood and heard, and the effort that you're putting in is to get your point to be validated and not to actually reconnect with me and repair, then I don't have nothing else to say. But those conversations are my way of showing that I care about making sure that we last. If
I'm gonna need y'all to replay that. Wherever you are at whatever time just come across your timeline, I'm gonna need y'all to run that back. Listen to what he said. Then you'll understand everything that follows afterwards. Because I'm finding out more and more every day that the solitude serves more of a teaching moment than being surrounded by 100 yes men. Being away from the world, away from social media, being away from men and women and just various adults who have this obscure take on how to treat others. Being in that space by yourself, you having that one-on-one with the creator, it forces you to identify within yourself things that you would probably hide within other people as a way to avoid your own deficiencies or your own flaws in character. So what he's referring to is being in a friendship or in any type of environment with somebody that you feel comfortable enough to open up to invest time into, to give your thoughts to give your affection to give your monetary gain to, your trust. Intimacy on a different level, intimacy that goes beyond just what I can buy you, intimacy that goes beyond just what I can drive around, and intimacy that goes beyond social cues and being accepted for always saying yes to something, always accommodating another person's comforts so that you can be uncomfortable. What he's referring to, I noticed that a lot of people, they're not built for it. What's going on, my dear brother Numsi? Good afternoon. What he's referring to is the type of person that can say whatever the hell they want to you freely without being judged and put on a crucifix for it, and then being dismissed because you didn't like what they said. I'll rewind it and spin back on it. I see you in the studio, Sarah. Perfect. I played the clip once, but I'm going to play it a second time so that everybody has a full understanding of what we're talking about here. Let me bring her up on the screen. I'm going to split this. Hold on. Good afternoon.
Good morning. I forget it, you're on the East Coast time.
Right. It's all love. It's all love. Uh, Let me bring this up here for the people who didn't get to see it. Um, and then I'll turn the mic over to you. I kind of went into it a little bit, but I restrained myself a little bit. Let me play this clip real quick, though.
If I'm initiating the difficult conversations or I'm willing to have a tough conversation with you, it's because I want you here. It's not because I need you. It's not because I'm desperate. It's not because I want to take all the blame or put it all on you. It's because I want to resolve. I want to be connected to you. It's a decision. It's truthfully a choice. Of course, in a perfect world, I wish all of our deep conversations only had to do with what we're wearing at the wedding, what playlist we're going to have, where's the reception, what's the location, what's our anniversary destination, our honeymoon. But this ain't a perfect world. This is reality, but not just any reality. It's our reality to create together. So the tough conversations and the hard talks are extremely necessary once I've experienced or observed something going on that doesn't align with you being in my future. It doesn't align with me feeling that I'm being respected or feeling that I'm being considered. So those conversations are the glue. It is the only thing keeping us connected. Being willing to sit in the discomfort, reflect, hold each other accountable, they're non-negotiable because I need to know, how are you experiencing me? And I expect for you to care about the same. How am I experiencing you? Because that's more important than what we think or believe of each other. And it does not matter how many times we have to have these deep conversations because that's me choosing you again and again and again. It's not until I have nothing at all to say that you should actually be worried. If I am to realize that my emotions are being dismissed, my words aren't being respected, I'm being interpreted instead of understood and heard, and the effort that you're putting in is to get your point to be validated and not to actually reconnect with me and repair, then I don't have nothing else to say. But those conversations are my way of showing that I care about making sure that we last. If I'm
All right,
initiating the
all right,
difficult
all right, all right, all right.
I'm there with him. I am there 150%. Have a real conversation. Speak what's on your mind. Speak what's from your heart. It does make you feel uncomfortable. It does make you, question everything. It does actually end relationships. You know what I mean? People stop talking to each other. I'm with him. I'm with him 150%. I love it. Have the real hard conversation. Yeah. And I like the fact that he said, is when I have nothing to say, it's done. That's exactly me. If I have nothing and no more, that means I've tapped out. I don't care. I don't want nothing to do with you. We're done. I'm a meat and bones person. Straight to the source. Let's get to it. Respectfully.
Hey, I'm not knocking it. I initially, what I was alluding to, I didn't really go straight at nobody or nothing like that. Basically, what I'm saying is for anybody to invest in you should have a certain level of respect.
Yeah.
You can't get these hours back. One day you're 15 years old, the next day you're 45. And if somebody cared enough to sit in it with you, to give you this, that, and the third, and it's not reciprocated, or you really don't understand, like, I thought this was something that actually mattered to both of us, and clearly it doesn't. That's a slap in the face. There's a time and a place for the seasons to come to a conclusion. But I noticed that a lot of people will prefer to run away than to actually navigate through it. It's like you just automatically expect like he said, everything to be about the most extravagant and beautiful conditions. Like this is Hallmark or this is a soap opera, and all the beautiful music in the world is playing in the background while you're getting romance 24 hours a day, or it's like this weird bromance. When in reality, sometimes you're going to be in some of the harshest conditions and um, conversations that you could ever think of. And if I am willing to sit here and try to figure this out, why aren't you? Like, what am I missing here? Chef said, I get what he means, but to make things a bit more clear, conversations of substance don't necessarily have to be difficult. Nah, they don't. They don't. And I'm gonna end up going on a tangent with that. I'm gonna yield the mic, but I'm gonna land on this. It's an up and down. It could be about somebody taking out the trash, or it could be about someone not showing up for you the way they show you. The way you show up for them, they might not show up for you. It could be either way. It really depends. The point is, it matters to me, so it should matter to you. Just like your issues and your concerns matter to me, and I treat them as such. You should do the same in turn.
Exactly. It's a two, we're in this together. It's not one-sided. What's the point of being with someone or being in a relationship if it's just going to be one-sided? You know what I mean? Like, how are you supposed to build on that? You can't. It's impossible. Because that's when the bickering, that's when the fights, that's when the argument, that's the misunderstanding. Things are just misconstrued. But hey, as I said, everything right now, well, not as what I said, everything right now, instant. That's all it is. Microwave. We want it now. You know what I mean? They don't want surface stuff. Oh, sorry. They want surface stuff. They don't want the deep stuff. They don't want the conversation. Do you know how many people don't want to talk to me? Because I'm a realist and I want to actually have an honest conversation. You know what I mean? But that's when I'm, as I said, I go 1 to 150. When I'm pissed and I'm done and I'm tapped out, oh, you'll hear it and you'll never hear from me ever again. That's when you cross the line. But when it comes to relationships and families and all that kind of stuff, and even like a work matter, like a professional matter, like, you know, I understand we all have our bills, we have responsibilities and all that kind of stuff. And I know a lot of people go to jobs for the paycheck. I get it. There's no heart, there's no soul. But that's going to take a toll on you mentally and physically. So if you have a shit relationship with your boss, oh my God, that's going to make it 10 times harder for you. Because at them, they didn't care. You know what I mean? Because you've got to, you know, succumb to them. But yeah, it's really sad. I really like that guy. You know, how he said it's for both of us. You know what I mean? Like, we're together, aren't we? So why should I be the only one investing? Why should I be the one, you know, speaking or standing my ground or speak up on the like the hard truths? It's a good thing. It's a great thing. You want someone in that. You want someone in your corner like that. But hey, people want that 2-minute popcorn, you know, conversation. Not even 2 minutes. 1 minute now.
Slowly, but it's going to reveal in time exactly who is for who and like what you're really doing here in the first place. Vetting is very serious. It's very important. I don't think people put enough respect on it. Y'all hear me say that on damn near every stream because I really mean that. You have to get to know people and really decide if this is something that you want to move forward with or not. Because it's exhausting, man. It's extremely draining.
Yeah.
When it's like one-sided.
Yeah. Thank you. One side. Yes.
Like how How am I thinking about both of us? You're only thinking about yourself. And then when things that could have been fixed become worse, the relationship is eroded. The other person is left with questions. You don't really care that much because you weren't locked in like they were. And both of y'all just were there for occupancy. Like, why are you still talking on the phone with this person? Or why are you hanging out with this person? Or why are you sharing any of your private moments with someone that you have an expiration date on? I don't like. I can't stand fluffers and people who just maneuver in such a selfish way that they can't respect your individuality. It's already one. It's hard enough to incorporate another person into your life in 2026 because most people are just thinking about them. So if someone decides, or if you decide to come together with another individual and one person is more considerate of both of you, willing to withhold or withdraw parts of them to accommodate you, how is it that you can't see that there's a discrepancy within the parameters of what you're trying to build with the person? And that's just your way of trying to tell them, I'm giving you the middle finger without giving you the middle finger.
That's very true. I like that. Say it without saying it. It's like you're saying, but you're not meaning it. Or you're meaning, but you're not saying it. Okay, we are mature adults. We should be able to actually speak on everything. Seriously. You know what I mean? Because what's the point of being us together? I've always loved real conversation, deep conversations, realist, traveling, education. I stay away from politics and religion. We're not even going to go there. But it's like, because that's always ends up ugly. But it's like, I remember, and and I hope you don't mind me saying, the best conversations I've had, or the best relationships I've had, are the ones who they're open to expand their minds. And it could be like a simple topic, and it could go for hours. And I'll be like, oh, never thought of it like that. Or I'll be like, oh, that's how you think, or that's how you feel. And it's just it just blossoms, it just blooms. And I'm just like, oh, I never yeah. I love those type of conversations. Like, a cup of coffee or a beer or a case of beer or a bottle of wine, whatever, or sit over dinner and just talk on everything and anything. What's on your mind? What's bearing on your heart as we speak? Like, as I said, I know I'm a talker. That's why I love doing what we do. You know what I mean? That's why I love engaging. I love talking. But when they're one-sided and they want to pick a fight, or they want to try to prove a point, or you got to listen my way. And another thing I don't like is like I don't like how they try to impose or inflict on how I'm supposed to feel. I go, excuse me? That's when I step away. And that's my problem, me being out. I hope you don't mind me saying this, in the States. It's just like, you want to hear what I want to say, but then you want me to feel how you're supposed to feel about it. It doesn't work like that. Well, that makes me boil. I walk because I know myself, because it'll end up ugly. That's just me. I'm very passionate. I'm very like, okay, motherfucker. You know what I mean? Listen to me. know what I mean? It's not all you. But hey, a lot of people are not willing to go there anymore, or a lot of people are actually afraid, and it's sad because it just puts you in that supposedly, I'm going to be honest, miserable bubble, because you don't want to expand. You don't want to actually hear what the other person has to say. Okay, coffee's definitely kicking in right now. Good morning and happy everyone.
One thing that I notice that people don't like, it's course correction. Being told about yourself. We good if I'm liking everything that you say
Yeah.
and do, but as soon as I challenge you on something or call you out about something that affects you,
Yes.
it affected me.
Yes.
How are you going to respond or meet me with energy
Mm-hmm.
that was created because of you?
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
you're acting as if you're the victim of the action. You're not. You're the fire starter. But see, I fuck with you. I fuck with you enough to tell you what you're doing to me. But this is how you respond. And I've noticed over the years that I would do this with people, or I've observed people do this with people. And it's always the same gaslighting, always trying to pivot the conversation in a different direction. You get completely off topic. No, I came to you specifically about this. Address that. But
And I'm
you refuse to address it. Not only do you refuse to address it, before the conversation is done, it turns into something else. Now the person who came to you looks like the problem. That's not love. That's not friendship. That's not proper communication. Those are not displays of being an adult. You're a child. You're a child who is essentially telling us how you really feel about us without us realizing that's how you feel about us, and you really don't have no desire to fix it. But see,
I'm
I'm gonna land the plane. Here I am, the one that's going out of their way to minimize my smile, my joy, my peace, my reputation, my brand, my source of income, my spiritual and emotional, to meet you, and you can't do it in return. That's trash. And I'm not putting all the blame on you specifically. We're talking about essentially if you can't meet me where I am when I'm trying to meet you where you are, or I'm more or less always doing that for you, then yeah, when you walk away, it shouldn't bother you as much as it bothered the other person. Now, if you're dismissing a person who's calling you out for valid reasons, that's one thing. But if you're dismissing a person who's calling you out because you're avoiding accountability, I don't respect that. It's a cheap escape. It's your preference, but it's a cheap escape. And I don't know. I'm gonna shut up.
like, but that's a good attribute to have. Like, you know, that you would want you or the other person on your other half, or the better half, whatever you say, you want them to care and give a fuck what the hell's going on. You know what I mean? You can't just keep brushing it underneath the rug. You can't just pretend and walk around on eggshells. That's not healthy. But unfortunately, that's a society that we're living in right now. No one wants to like really like get into the nooks and crannies, really get to the meat and bone. Like, okay, can I give you an example? Do you mind? Can we go there?
Go ahead, do your thing.
Okay. So, as we're creative humans, and I love the fact that, your topics are amazing. I'm sure your ears were kind of burning over the weekend because I was like, yes, I met this amazing man. He has his own podcast. And everyone was like, what's the title? But do you know how many times people just kind of like, oh, because the title in itself has so much strength. And it was jaw dropping. And I thought, oh, okay, cool. I get this amazing man. And that everyone's asking, and so I'm plugging. So I hope you don't mind. I'm out in the creative spaces and world and blah, blah, blah. And go, hey, yes, listen, he's on every day on YouTube, blah, blah, blah. And they go, so what is it called? Assembly of Excellence. Do you know how many times all of everyone's faces or their jaws just dropped? The title has so much strength. So I thought, okay, great, no worries. And then the night before, I spoke to a supposedly actor buddy of mine in confidence. I want to kill the motherfucker. Oh, I gave him a piece of my mind. Oh, did I give him a piece of my mind? It was... And I'm just like, hey, I thought we knew each other. But I already known before because he just has a shit personality. You know, one of those kind of people that's all about me and all the dramas about. I go, honey, and because I even said to him, I go, look, hey, get well soon. But it's always been like that, hasn't it? And I just left it at that. And he actually called, and he was actually quite surprised that I picked up, because usually I leave it in the voicemail because he's one of those people I'm like, oh. But I picked it up. Had a good yarn, good chat. Oh my gosh, sometimes I should have left that thread through the voicemail. The bastard ran, because this is a casting director, or supposedly, spoke to him in full confidence. I'm getting texts, I'm getting emails, and I'm like, whoa. I spoke to you in confidence, and I just like, you know what? You can go get fucked. You've lost all respect. And that's what I'm saying. This is what I don't like. It's like, let's have a hard conversation. Let's talk about it. But when you're tatty-tailing, or if you're running off, I go, you ain't no man. You're a fucking you're a bitch. You're a pussy. Sorry, I know that's pretty blunt. But I'm just like...
Dang.
Sorry. I don't tolerate that. I don't put up with that. You know what I mean? Like, here I am. And I just thought, I go, honey, there's a reason why you're the way you are. There's a reason why you look the way you are. That's what reason why all this craziness goes. I go, it all but starts with here. Go have a simple walk. Go have a simple coffee. Write it all out. Put positive affirmations. Manifest it. Or speak into existence. We all have crap. We have things. But don't you dare repeat what I thought I could say and speak to you in confidence. I can't do that. That conversation, it hurt me, it upset me, it pissed me off. I thought, we're done. I can't do this. And I was tempted to actually text another supposedly coach or teacher out here, you know what I mean, to let him. And I thought, you know what? There's an expression I say, shit breeds shit. Leave it alone. Sometimes hard conversations not even worth, you know what I mean? Depending on the relationship or their competency or their understanding, or do they want to listen? Sometimes you can't reason with the unreason.
Yeah, a lot of people already got it made up in their mind how they're going to treat you. And it really don't matter how well spoken you are. It don't matter how respectful you are towards it. Doesn't matter how you segue into it. It don't matter the environment that you create for it. If they've already made up in their head who you are to them and how far they're willing to go, it's a wrap. And Chef, a reprobate mind, you might as well just stick your hand or stick your whole body in the stove. Because people like that, they've already made their decision. And that's not even just on your situation with the person. That's just how they are in general. You can't say nothing to them at all. But if they haven't gotten to that point, that means like you're picking and choosing who you want to be reasonable with. You're picking and choosing who you want to respect and honor the art of conversation with. Because that same man that you're speaking on, he could have had that same conversation with somebody else and given them the entire universe. But because it's you, they chose to go about it the way that they did. And I think anybody at our age or at the age where you should know how to maneuver, you shouldn't be doing that with anybody. You're too grown for that. But
Exactly. Too fucking grown. I shouldn't have to explain myself. And we shouldn't have to, I don't need and feel to justify. But he's a fucking bitch. Sorry. This is like, we were in the same supposedly acting class or coach. But it was what I've noticed now. It was that type of pool that, and I'm just thinking, and I saw the writing on the wall early. You know, this is what I don't like, being so perceptive. Yeah, you know it. When you see it, and me being me, that's one good thing I like, being me. I'm not afraid to call you out. I don't give a fuck who you are, CEO or janitor or your fucking, on-site manager. I will stick it to you. You know what I mean? You will hear what I have to say. Then you know where to stay. Like, you keep poking the bear so many times. Oh, you better be careful, because I'm not afraid. Why? Because I'm a woman? Why? Because why? Because I'm not a multi-million dollar, you don't know what's in, my account. Why? Because I'm not a named talent. You don't know what I'm working behind closed doors. As I said, this motherfucker was a bitch. And I actually had this conversation with another actor friend. I've noticed the difference from the West Coast guys to the East Coast. Oh my gosh. I call them West Coast wankers. Sorry, I know that's pretty blunt. I'm just looking at you, bunch of fucking pussies. I've got more kahunas than you. But and he was like, what? He goes, no, that's a big no. No. You don't go repeat, or you don't go nah. And yeah, but now, like I said, I don't know about you, but it's been really, 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 really warm out here. Like we're about to go through a heat wave or something. And I don't know about you, I get these really horrible headaches and migraines. And when I get in one of those kind of moods, oh shit, I know I need to stay off the phone. I know I need to stay off all social media because you know what I mean? It's like I need to, but at the same time, when you cross the line and you already showed me how you feel towards me, that's what it says. You're projecting. And my good friend, he goes to me, I don't know what it is out there for you. He goes to me, I go, look, I'm just hounded with the bottom feeders, uneducated fools, people that are not going anywhere. I call them the hobos, the hobo people, where they just dress like fucking bums 24/7. So when they dress like a bum, they're going to think like a bum, and they're going to act like a bum, in that kind of sense. So as you can imagine, I'm up here and they're down here, and they're seeing how I'm doing things. I go, that's not my problem. It's not my problem. You're fucking lazy. But anyway, never mind. Let me just keep drinking my coffee. I may need to put some liqueur. Maybe I don't need no liqueur.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I break your concentration? I didn't mean. Please, continue.
Yeah, like, as I said, I'm not afraid to say and speak up. But they'll come back to me. They'll come back to me in years. or they'll come back in months. Like, I know it's too late. We're done. You know what I mean? Because I block them and delete them. And when I do that, I do the whole tribe. I don't want no. I feel like it's a disease. It spreads. You know what I mean? I'm like, no, no, no. That's how you are. That's how you think. That's how you conduct yourself, or that's how you're going to treat me. Do it at your own dime, not on my time.
If I do business with you, or if I try to establish something with you in any capacity that goes beyond text messages, and we cross the threshold, sharing family talk, and there's a different level of respect that I'm building here. There's a certain layer of trust that I've just peeled back for you specifically. Not everybody's going to get that same treatment, because you have to be very careful with who you let in. So when you begin to do that for specific folks, you really truly believe you can go to them with a certain level of material that could be either comforting or it can be uncomfortable. That's why the conversation about women don't give a damn about men's feelings always come up. Because every time we show that chink in the armor, it gets used against you. Every time a man shows any type of vulnerability, it gets used against them. But how do you expect to get anywhere if you're more focused on being predatory towards a person's weaknesses than finding a way to pour love into the person to give them strength through it? It's like people are sitting back checking off on things that they can use against the person in the future.
Okay, that's called the Arab world. That's it called Egyptians. That's another topic. I'll use it against you. Oof, with religion.
I didn't come to not a single soul with the intention. All right. And I'm not saying this is what I would literally say to you, but let's say I think you've fallen short. You're not doing your part. All right. I've been told that on the job before. I've been told that in the house. Guess what? That doesn't mean that it's malice behind it. It doesn't mean the person hates you. It means I fuck with you, but you doing things that's making me look at you differently. I need you to address this and fix it. Because when you come to me with your bullshit, do I or do I not appropriately respond in a way that addresses what is ailing you? Because I cared enough to do that. So when I do it, it should absolutely be reciprocated, but you're not doing it. If I tell you you falling short or step it up, and you opt to do the complete opposite, how then am I supposed to respond to that? How am I supposed to see it? Just like people be running away from shit too much. And it's either, and I keep coming back to the same conclusion over and over. It's either you're running away from it because you never gave a damn anyway. So facing it don't really make a difference to you, or you just suck and don't know how to, or you know how to, but I'm just the wrong person sitting across from you. If it was Chef, you would know how to respect what I'm saying to you, and you would deal with it accordingly. But because it's me, it gets swept under the rug. If it was Sarah, you would give her the courtesy. You would listen to her for an hour, a half an hour about what's going on and try to fix whatever it is that's hurting the friendship or whatever. But if it's me, oh, I'm expendable. It's easy for you to go ahead and walk away.
And
I'm just saying that occultism part, I see it. I see it. A lot of people think like that though. A lot of people.
I call them sleepwalking motherfuckers. Sorry. Sleepwalkers motherfuckers.
If I gotta slap you upside your head, that's way too far. That's way too far. But nah, what he
It's
said.
like,
Go ahead. I was just gonna say his whole premise of that was, to me, an eye opener for folks that know how to communicate versus people who don't know how. And you keep on crossing paths with people who are not operating on the same wavelength as you is. That's all it sounds like to me, or they're just selective, and it was always just going to be temporary. So you can't really be hurt when things don't go the way that you want them to. It was inevitable.
and there's that envy and underlying current, the animosity, the silent killer. Oh boy, it cuts and it slithers like a snake. And I'm just like, whoa, I missed that. And they're out there. Like, you know what I mean? They're projecting or they're mad at you because you got it going on. At the end of the day, that's all it is. If you're a mover and a shaker, you know what I mean? Like, I've got people that either really love me, or like me, or they want to fucking run to the hills. Because, they go, oh shit, we can't mess with her. Either, but you know where you stand with me. Simple. I mean, but hey, I'm at a stage, I'm at a point in life. It's like, if we can't have a simple conversation or a basic understanding, peace. There's so much things that can entertain me. I rather read a book. I rather get on my crazy streaming services. I rather work on my scripts. I rather work on my contracts, funding, something that's beneficial. There's an amazing, once I see it, I'll send it to you. If it doesn't give you peace, if it doesn't purpose, if it doesn't give you, it just had all these amazing peace. Like, if you don't pray about it, it's no peace, no purpose. And I was like, oh, I love it. When you kind of have like, and it kind of stopped me in my tracks. I go, yeah, don't give it any second. Don't give it any further thoughts. And I thought, oh, I like that. So that's kind of, when I see it again, I'll send it to you. But it's just like, who has time for the nonsense? Who has time? You know what I mean? Like, we're at a stage and we're in a society, we're in the 2026 where we have everything at our fingertips. You have no excuse to be acting like a fucking pork chop. Roll up. You know what I mean? But, you know, if they've been babied or they have a safety net or, you know, inheritance or, you know what I mean? You can't talk to those kind of people. They don't get it. You know what I mean? You try making and doing something from the ground up. Make something out of nothing. Let's go there. That'll teach you. That'll teach you. That'll let you know if you've got grit or not. As I said, when I first got to the US, I was like, what did I get myself into? I didn't have no safety net. I couldn't book a flight. I didn't have the money. But over a period of time, people could see it. That's another thing too. If you're not aware of what you can bring to the table, people are hoping, as you know, that you will fall on your ass. And I was like, whoa. And people told me that. I'm like, oh yeah, we weren't expecting you to get this far. Really? That's how you really think of me? That's how you feel of me? And I'm all about, I don't know if you guys, this is my favorite. I'm going to name some amazing motivation dudes. Eric Thomas. If I was to meet him in person, I don't know what will happen. He was the first like real motivation speaker that really kind of like, it came from grit, it came from hard work, it came from, you know, from the heart. It was just, I was like, oh, who's this guy? And I was trying to think of who do I know back in Australia, you know, just kind of like, you know, see, I couldn't think of anyone. So it was, and then I love Deion Sanders. He's another favorite. Oh my gosh, you put me. I just, because they have a lot of heart, a lot of soul, and they're not afraid to do the hard work, and people love them for it, which they do. I can see why. It's coming from the right place. I mean, and that's why I can't be around, you know, people that bitch or complain or vent. Say it, speak on it, do what I have to do, get out of your system, but don't sit there in that kind of sense. But I know a lot of people, like I said, it's so sad. I've not had to, dumb it down to make them feel comfortable. Oh, shut the fuck up. I walk now. I mean, thank God I'm in that position. I can actually, I don't need to listen to this nonsense. And I sit back and go, you don't see what's going on over here? You guys are feeding into this? You love this bullshit? But hey, negativity, it spreads. People love that. But yeah, so as I said, I'm in awe of that, like making and grinding and making it from, you know, starting from scratch. Let's go there. There's times I wish, as I said, you were out in La La Land, because the events that I go to are amazing. And not crazy. These are really. And do you know how many people that I would ask to come didn't want to come? But you want to go to a bar, or you want to go to a pub, or you want to get lit? Can't. And these are, said, small business ventures with, you know, the Horizon, Innovator, and then, you know, I'm part of SAG. All those kind of like great, kind of real proper, like, this could elevate you. Like, I was actually one time sat next to the president of SAG. I didn't know who she was because I was in a Zoom meeting like you and I. And she kept looking at me. Okay, who's this lady? I don't know who's this lady. She had the pin, you know, here, and I'm just like, what's up? And I couldn't understand because people kept coming up to her, wanted to take photos. I'm like, okay, who is this lady? Because I was in a Zoom room on the East Coast, you know, blah blah blah. And I met another supposedly actor, or I met another girl, an illustrator, Japanese illustrator. I put her in contact with this, like with the SAG president, blah blah blah. And she's like, oh, so sorry, thank you. We took photos. Great, no worries. She goes, oh, sorry, I'll send you through the text, blah, blah, blah. I went, okay, cool. Are you ready for this? She sends me a text, the photos of the text, but she cuts herself out. And I was just like, what the fuck is this about? It was me that put you onto the president of SAG. And that's your way of saying thank you? And the funny thing is, she signed up for a workshop at the SAG Foundation. That bitch couldn't even look at me. Okay, yeah, cat got your tongue. Hey, you thought you got away with it with your shitty behavior? Get your fucking Japanese ass out of here. Anyway, let's not go there. But it's just too many like shitty people's behavior, and I won't allow it. I won't. And then it was so interesting. I was talking like you and I. Another person was saying, "Oh no, you've done your part." I went, "Great." It was a fake ass dry lead. I went, "Mic drop, done my part." Isn't it funny? I was like, "Oh," it's like I'm doing it because I want you to do well. You know what I mean? I want to elevate you. Yeah, people don't like. I'm not like that. Selfish motherfuckers. But it's okay. My job is done. But the look that when she signed up, she couldn't even look at me. And I thought, I'm glad I didn't check her in because I didn't want to check her in because I know I would have bitch slapped her. But anyway, let's not go there. I know. But it was like,
Shit, not just the city, the world.
I'm so sorry. I don't know what side's coming up, the Australian side, the Arab side, or maybe just a bit of both. But maybe living out here in the US now, I'm like,
Don't let this Western world like change you, man, because it
yeah,
do a number on people.
it
It does a
does.
number on people. Folks suck. People don't know how to be friends no more. People don't know how to sit down and drink coffee. People don't know how to take accountability. People don't know how to be able, like, you can't even sit there and tell somebody that you care about that you're disappointed in them without them feeling like you hate them. Now you're officially an enemy because you disapprove of
Yes.
something. Like, no, nigga, just right now you suck.
Yeah.
And I love you, but you suck. And you need to get it together.
Yeah.
That don't mean you run away or you walk away from somebody. Y'all people are just lazy, man.
Thank you.
Lazy communication, lazy interactions, lazy, and a lot of it is internal, and it manifests
Yes.
itself outwardly. Like Chef said, I had to bring that point up because I say that a lot too. What you surround yourself with is usually a manifestation of how you feel on the inside.
Yes.
I have nothing against people walking away from something that serves them no good. But if you just walking away from people because you're lazy and you don't know how to properly separate something that's bad for you versus something that is healthy for you, that's something that you probably need to look more into.
Mm,
You can have you can have two sorrows in front of you. One sorrow is actually there to destroy your life. The other sorrow has the same characteristics, but the difference is in the other one, they are attacking and addressing things within you that needs to be addressed in order for you to be a better version of yourself. You don't see that. So
mm,
you end up kicking this person out and keeping the other person because the other person does not hold you responsible for
yeah.
your bullshit.
Yeah.
Everybody who don't, I don't know how to say it. People who don't give a damn about you, they're gonna let you drown. That's the best
That's
way I
it.
can say it.
They'll let you drown. They'll let you suffer. They will let you stew in your own fucking shit. Well, it's their diarrhea. Unfortunately, you just get caught up in it. But it's just like, tell me how you really feel. I'm just like, I'm gobsmacked. But then I'm learning. People don't have this, like I said, they don't have the same heart. They don't have the same mindset. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I can bring to the table. That's why you still keep hitting me up. You know what I mean? That's why I'm like, oh my God. But then you're like, block and delete. And I'm sitting back and I'm just like, you know what I mean? I'm not afraid to unfollow you. It was even another guy, he calls himself, he says he's an influencer, blah, blah, blah. He goes, oh, Sarah, there was a glitch in the system. I go, no, there was no glitch. It's called I unfollowed. But I'll let you think that. You know what I mean? don't you say that you're going to do it, but you don't follow through. Get the fuck out, because I'll figure it out, and you'll be back. Sure enough, they are. We're cool. Don't give me false, empty promises. We're too, like, no. I just don't have any time for it. I'm in the US right now. There is no safety net. You know what I mean? In a sense of like all of us are all grinding. We're all trying to, well, I'm hoping, well, when I do meet the right people, they're trying to better themselves. I had this amazing event on Saturday. All creators. That's why I kept saying Assembly of Excellence. I kept dropping it. Yeah, I hope your ears were burning over the weekend. I kept, oh, yeah, I just, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, who do I know? So we can connect, or they can connect with you, bring them on the show, whatever, in that kind of, that's just who I am. When I plug, I plug. That's just a part of me. Because you just never know. You'll be like, oh, I remember having this conversation with such and such. And they go, that's how you, that's how you network. That's how you collaborate. And I could just tell, oh my gosh, I had the best coffee. Oh my gosh. But it was in a studio downtown. It was in a brewery. And they were photographers, actors, just all of it. I was like, oh, what's this about? You know what I mean? And I wasn't going to go, but I had stumbled on it on the socials. I thought, look, hey, what have I got to this? Let me just go check it all out. And me being me, I go straight to the source. I didn't know who's the organizer. I didn't know who's the facilitator. I need to know who's I didn't need to be around these chumps. I know who I am because I walk in with my SAG shirt. Hey, mic drop. They go, oh, well, I go, yeah. So you're part of, yeah. And I actually work for the foundation. Come again? Yeah. You want to keep going? In that kind of sense. You think I'm just wearing the shirt I'm just wearing the shirt? I'm a firm, great believer. So, yeah, like as I said, I just love the fact, as I said, I can plug you. There's a lot of strength. There's a lot of wisdom in you and your show. So, kudos to you. You know what I mean? Like, I just thinking of other ways where we can magnitude, just elevate it. But we will, all in due time. All in due time. But these topics and these conversations, it needs to be done. It needs to be there. Could you imagine where the world and just will be in such a better place? You know what I mean? Like giving back, having workshops of, and I know they're out there of, mindset, manifestation, businesses, even like social media, just all these little kind of like-minded souls. It's amazing where it can go and how far it can go. I'm a great believer of that.
You bastards, y'all gonna continue to lose out on a lot of friendships, on a lot of business. You're gonna ruin a lot of houses, a lot of opportunities because y'all just refuse to go through the process.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
Yeah.
Microwave? Yep.
Yeah.
Microwave.
Microwave friendships.
I don't want that.
Yeah, me too. Me too. I'm like,
So,
yeah. 2 minute, instant. We call it instant. Okay, there's look it up. I'll send it to you. It's called Maggie Instant Noodles, which is like your ramen out here. I go, what are they? I go, what's going? I go, I was like trying to. So instant noodles. You know what I mean? Put hot water. I thought that's the level of conversation. How much can you say?
I know. I don't think I don't know. It is what it is. You can say this and scream this to the top of your lungs. Only people who've been through this, they're gonna know what we're talking about here.
Yes. And it's funny though. I've had two when people go, oh, you make it look good or you make it look easy. I go, yeah. And then when I open up, they're like, oh, whoa. They kind of like, oh. So, yeah, like I said, it's just interesting. But they're out there. They're out there. People like yourself, people like me, like-minded. You know what I mean? You know, I don't want to, as I said, you know, you don't want to be in that kind of what they will call it like a cult group. Like a why? How is this a cult? You know what I mean? Non-believers. This makes no sense to me. You're allowed to have freedom, free thinking. Say what's on your mind. Don't get pissed off. It doesn't have to be one-sided. Be mature enough to actually have it. But nah. They want that microwave conversation.
My final thoughts on both sides. To people who are passionate and you love unconditionally and like you really be trying to invest into something that you think is going to last long, if it's one-sided and the other person refuses to find ways to help and assist in cultivating a healthy relationship, don't beat yourself up. It's a choice.
Yeah.
They have chosen to be that way with you specifically. I don't know if they will ever get over that, but if they do, it's not going to be because of you. It's going to be because life and reality is going to teach them. You plant the seed, they can only meet you but so far. And then as time progresses, at some point, the other entities that come across them will show them exactly who you were and whether or not your value was mere pennies or it was in its weight in gold. It's not all your fault, but you're going to have to start learning how to accept the fact that you can't give to everybody to the same extent, and people have to literally work for it. Like you have to earn it, just like I have to earn it. We're not doing this one-sided shit at all. You're not better than me just because of this, that, and third. If it ain't going to be balanced, then if you want to go because I called you out, then go ahead. Stop being lazy. Sit down and have these conversations with these people. You need to hear it. You're not perfect. Yeah, you do need to work on some stuff. We all need to work on some stuff. Stop making excuses for why you want to bounce. Unless it's legit. And if you're going to do that, then express that. It's easier for people who care to take critique than it is for people who don't know or is never used to it. Are you?
And it's up to you as well if you want to grow.
That's it. That's all, folks. Matter of fact, as soon as I leave here, I got to go find that Porky Pig joint. I hope it's on here somewhere. I'm going to find it. I'll be back later on this evening. But Sarah, I appreciate you for pulling up.
Of
Chef,
course.
I want my hat. Blessings to everybody who tapped in. Let me know in the comments how y'all felt about this conversation. I will see some of y'all later. If not, enjoy the rest of your day. Do me a solid before you go. Peace.
Stay blessed.
Mantra, slave song, slave ship, rip skin, maybe rip bones. But no matter how close I am, my ancestors speak. They tell me they're tired as a friend on a slack real weak. I haven't been getting sleep. Long in this singing until I surpass peak. Until they think we are equal, please. All I want is peace. My ancestors beat drums until their bones would bleed. Begging that generations remember our story.